Alright, so we're gonna go over the two trades that I've taken today. So I've taken a Euro USD long, and then I took a NQ short. So we'll go over those two trades in a bit. So probably go over NQ first. So um go on as so from the weekly outlook that I did, I mentioned that I wanted to see lower prices on NQ. After we had SMT at these highs, as you can see, we ran this high, but on NQ we failed to run this high. Go on the daily. So on NQ we failed to take out these highs, but on ES we did, and then we saw this displacement lower, and then on NQ we had this inversion fair value gap on the daily. We had the stop run on the daily as well, took out the previous day high, closed lower. So for the next day, I'm anticipating a 3-bar swing, expecting money to be a continuation candle. So if you go on the 4 hour, so we got that weekly bias. I'm expecting price to come for these lows next, after we've inverted this fair value gap with SMT at these highs with ES. So that's what I'm expecting on the weekly. So on the daily, on the 4 hour actually. So on the 4 hour, we have this breaker, the order block, and the fair value gap, and we have that weekly and daily bias in mind to expect price to come for these lows. So I was anticipating this to be a 4 hour market maker sell model, SMT, displacement, smart money reversal, low risk sell, displacement again. So I'm expecting this high to stay intact, and then this to be the second leg or silver bullet, and we get that distribution phase all the way into these lows. So something like this, come into the order block and then sell off, and then come for these lows next. What gave me the extra confidence was, if you can see from the weekly open, we opened here with a flat open, meaning that there's no wick to the downside. So price pushing higher up into the bearish key level, with that bearish weekly and daily bias in mind, and we have this drawn liquidity being intact. This push higher from the weekly and daily open is likely the manipulation, and then we can expect the high of the day to form somewhere inside this range, right? So I wanted to wait for some liquidity to engineer on the 1 hour time frame. So I mean, we have this initial high, but I wanted to see price come a little bit deeper, at least until the 50% of the range. So in Asia, we engineered some liquidity, so we just started slowly grinding higher, and then we had this push down lower in London, and then we came back for the London highs one more time. So I was expecting that to be the manipulation, and then we could potentially get like a London high of the day. So Asia essentially accumulation, and then run the accumulation highs, and then get like a sell off, something like that. Was looking good. My throat right now, pause. But yeah, we had this decent hourly closure. We had this large wick away after taking out the highs. So I was expecting, we could probably just see a sell off here, London high of the day, and then New York continuation. We're already trading at the bearish key levels with the bearish daily bias, trading above the daily and weekly open. But then price just started to grind higher. We didn't get that confirmation with the closure below this order block and fair value gap, which I was actually waiting for to also take an intraday position as well. So if we close below here, I probably would have shorted somewhere here in validation at the London highs, and then go for TP at this low. But we didn't get that. Price just started grinding higher. So what I had in mind was a potential New York reversal profile, where we sweep the London highs, and then if we invert this fair value gap, then we could start to see a sell off here. So again, the fair value gap was holding again. and we ran this low. But yeah, if we got like a closure here, I probably would have actually taken a intraday entry there. SL entry here, SL here, and then TP all the way down here as well. So that was what I was waiting for the for holy fuck, 1 second. Bro, I need some water. But yeah, that's what I was waiting for the for New York reversal profile. But all we did is we swept this low into the fair value gap, and then we got this push higher. And then once I saw we closed above this down close candle, forming an order block and a breaker. To be honest, I was kind of considering closing a swing trade here, but you know, to be honest, I wasn't. I was thinking price could also, you know, just 930 sweep these this pre New York high, or this New York high. We can get that sweep and then, you know, sell off here. But yeah, this already was not a good sign, you know, once we close above here, because I knew price would come back for this high one more time. But yeah, displaced higher, almost came for my stop loss, and then 930 we displaced back lower into the, you know, the discount of this range high, so range low, OTE, order block, fair value gap, and then again pushed higher again, and then initially I got stopped out. So most likely we're gonna close above these 4-hour bearish PD arrays now after this slow grind higher. So yeah, that was the breakdown for NQ, and then we'll go on to Euro. So on the daily, we'll start off the weekly actually. SMT with these lows, weekly and daily market maker buyer model. We have this weekly fair value gap. We swept this external high, so what's price likely to go for? The internal liquidity being this weekly fair value gap. On the daily, internal lows, the fair value gap resting in the discount of the range, order block. So essentially, this dealing range high to dealing range low to dealing range high. You don't want to see price come for this low if we're bullish, essentially. So, and we still have this high being a drawn liquidity. We have the monthly open high low close being the narrative as well. Price displacing lower into weekly and daily bullish PD arrays at the start of the month. This is likely the monthly manipulation, and if we start to, you know, displace higher and get above the monthly open, then this is likely the low of the month placed in. So so yeah, essentially order block and fair value gap. I took an entry around here. I think this should be around OTE, so let me quickly check. So yeah, around the 705 level. So I just hit a swing trade here, and then same thing on DXY. So I was mentioning that I wanted to see if we can get longs from this order block on the 1 hour, or this propulsion block, all the way into these equal highs on the 4 hour, into this from this dealing range high to this dealing range low. This is the OTE premium level, order block fair value gap. And what makes this even more high probability to expect price to not only come up here but also give that reversal is because, firstly, daily market maker sell model, daily stop run, so likely come back lower. And secondly, we have this monthly inversion fair value gap, and we have this monthly free bar swing after taking out monthly liquidity. So firstly, for the to expect a continuation candle, you don't want to see price to come for this high, essentially being the previous month's high, and you want to see early in the month price to, you know, not displace high, but start rallying higher into bearish weekly PD arrays, monthly PD arrays, daily PD arrays, etc., and then expect the reversal to come from there. So essentially what I did is when price came into this level, took a long on EU here, invalidation on the with this high, with the equivalent of EU, and yeah, with the monthly PDRAs here and the daily PDRAs, I'm expecting, you know, the monthly high to form somewhere around here and then displace lower into the previous month's low, and then come for these lows again, these lows as well. So that was the logic behind euro. So right now, daily closure is looking really good. I think we can probably get a Monday high of the week here, and then same with GU. I didn't want to take a swing here because there's not really a good invalidation or anything. EU was the much cleaner pair, but because of Euro GBP being like super bearish with this daily candle to take out this low, we don't get in that displacement on EU with that daily we're not getting that sponsorship that EU is getting right now. But now that EU's taken Euro GBP's taken out these lows, these initial consolidation lows, we can probably anticipate at least a retracement, which should give EU some relative strength. And with DXY displacing lower, hopefully we form this 4-hour inversion fair value gap. You don't want to see price to now get above this level, and then once EU gets this closure above this 4-hour fair value gap, I'll probably look to trim my stop loss towards the Monday lows, and then probably look for a scale in somewhere around here. But yeah, right now it's looking really good. I'm pretty confident if we close like this on a daily, you know, sweep into bearish discount levels on a daily. If we close like this, then this is probably a likely, not only is it a likely low of the week, but I think this is probably the low of the month placed in as well. So probably look for another scale in on this swing trade, so maybe something like this, which would be another 2.5, 2.7 hour ish around there, around 2 to 3 hour trade. So if I win both of those positions, essentially, if I trim my stop loss to here and then I add the open risk to this position, then this could be like a 5-hour trade, potential swing trade, essentially 5 to 6 hours. So we'll see if this is the monthly manipulation and we're starting to get that expansion phase higher. We'll see within, you know, maybe the next week or two, or even the next month. So we'll see how long this takes to play out. But yeah, that's essentially the two trades that I've taken on essentially the two trades that I've taken today. Same logic being, you know, I'm expecting the weekly low to form somewhere around here. Same on NQ, I was expecting the weekly high to form somewhere around here. So clear invalidation, clear draw on liquidity, same thing here. Clear invalidation being these lows, clear draw on liquidity being these equal highs. So yeah,